the Gators get out alive. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the UCF Knights, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So UCF's offense will get the first crack at it here. And all eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
No, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
The Knights want to move quickly. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to move the chains, they throw it complete to the left. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Knights line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Running it back, it's Hawkins. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. can and help out the offense. The Gators offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot from these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
On the ground with the counter. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Jefferson. They're bringing heat. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Bounced right back to them.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Slips through the line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn.
He'll take a deep shot here. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Florida. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this game.
A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. A huge pickup. All by himself down the middle. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
Running to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. On the move. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Gators will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're going to mark this one at the 15. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Out of the gun to give to the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. To the air. It's Jefferson. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Bringing out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for a man on second down. The short hands, it's Badger. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Quarterback keeps it. Got enough for the first. Nothing but green ahead. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. The give to the tailback. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Back to pass, it's Flagway. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions with incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They'll play it safe and try for 3. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. Delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. The Knights moving quickly to the line. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got an open man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Pulls it, fires to the left. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Knights are rolling down the field. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
From the gun, give on the inside. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Jefferson. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. The official says no good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit. Still a 10-point game. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Second down coming up. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Gators will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
Might as well stick with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
From the gun, the running back has it. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. The Knights in the hurry-up.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this one going.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Wide out in motion. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. That's caught. It's Richardson. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
They'll give it to him again. They knock him down right there. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Knights! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Western Michigan. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That last completion sets them up on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
They'll try to drive ahead on 30 short. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the single running back. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, 1st down. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And the Gators send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Catch is made at the 15. Bulldozes his way through. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score, your defense does your part, Jesse. This offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing in that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
Pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. And you've already sent your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Looking for a block. It's Hawkins. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Quick completion on the out. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but
Lets it fly deep downfield. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Getting some heat. Slips away. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
First down here for the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Quarterback checking the play. To throw, it's Lagway. It's complete to the left. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to Johnson. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Caught in the backfield, it's Burke. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He has a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins, and you saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Power football with the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down, but when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Catch in the middle, it's Burke. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on fourth down. Quickly to the tight end. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
The Knights will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Quickly out to the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking to pick up a first down on third and short from the 43. They're going to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Great job by the receiver catching that curl route. And did you see the way he came back to the football? That's a great lesson for a lot of young receivers out there. You create separation by coming back to the quarterback.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup and still short of the first down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. The Knights pick up the first down.
And most importantly, they got the first. They've been getting pushed around up front this game and haven't created a lot of lanes to run the football, but you needed it. You needed that first down. You needed to get the sticks moving. You need to run some clock. So good job by the offense finding a little bit of space to get the first down.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one. Somehow it's 2nd and 7. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback on the keeper. Bringing the heat. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, UCF! And that one will put them up here in the second half. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Marshall is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up by 17 over Appalachian State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. At the 35, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. To the ground, he's got it again. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They'll try to run for it. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Gators headed quickly to the line. Fires to the big fella. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Reads it, fires complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. This offense has a second down play. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Back to the air one more time. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll go to the ground. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance. And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the two, and they will draw no closer here. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. At the 35, he's open. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Knights are in the hurry-up.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive and do something a little bit different.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Going for it all. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. What a disappointment. No good. Missed an opportunity for a little cushion. The lead is still 5.
All right, there's still life in the opponent because this team just had a chance to pad their lead with that field goal try. They knock it off the post. We've still got a good ball game.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Lagway. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Got the quick completion. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Knights will line up to punt it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On the return, it's Hawkins. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Looking downfield, it's Glagway. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
It's complete. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Coming after it. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And just no hesitation there by the quarterback, right? Primary target not open, so find your check down. Where's my running back? Yeah, I know I'm under pressure, and I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to find a way for us to get a few extra yards here.
Caught in the backfield, it's Hansen. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Finds a crease at the 20. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Gators are marching down the field. Give to the running back. They get him down, but not before he picks up 6 to the 7-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with the lone back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays.
Touchdown, Florida! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Up by 1, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. Quarterback will keep it. He will be stopped short. They can't get the 2-point conversion, and they're still up by 1 here in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense set for a first down play. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it down the left side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And, man, it has got to be so rewarding as an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. And that's exactly what we saw there. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open receiver.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Knights want to crank the tempo. They try to pop a run on the draw. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. On the run, it's Harvey. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Finds his tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense backed up in this crowd trying to will them to get a big stop late. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Man, at this stage of the game, does that hurt to have 6 points taken off the board? Now they've got to regroup and try to get it in again. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll give it on the counter. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll give it to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
And, man, this kicker is now 0 for 3 in this game, and you got to wonder what his confidence is like right now. He's cost his team 9 points so far.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. And still a 1-point game here, Jesse, and the offense would like to put something together.
No doubt, execution is going to be critical here, David, because with a 1-point lead, it just feels like the team that makes the fewest mistakes at this point of the game is going to win.
And it's nice to know that my defense just put a really good stop together, got me the ball back. Now it's go time. 4th quarter, I got to go make this happen.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Makes the grab on the right. Got a lot of running room.
All right, you gave up the big play, defense. I know they got a big chunk, but they didn't get in the end zone. You live to fight another day. Now you got to bow your necks up and make this stop inside the 5.
The clock and the scoreboard on their side as they come to the line, 1st and goal.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. You get down in the red zone, and then you have a couple of plays like this offense has just put out there. This can absolutely ruin your day. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
All right, you've now tried running the ball down here a couple of times. It hasn't worked. What are you going to do on 4th down? Are you settling for a field goal? Or you've got a play in your back pocket to go get you 6?
Down the boulevard, it's good. That last field goal was huge. Now it takes a touchdown to beat you and not a lot of time to get it if you cover the kickoff well. That'll elevate some sideline blood pressures. You just took the lead, and now you're giving away field position by kicking it out of bounds. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college.
Lost one deep down the right side. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.